I think. Yes, hello.
Hello. Hello.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second part of the Dark Academics birthday party. How exciting. It feels weird to do another live show so soon. Like,
I know.
Can't get rid of us that easily. So today's the last official day of the Readathon. So today's live show is going to be rounding up the Readathon, chatting about how it went for all of us, and then we're also going to sort of celebrate a whole year of this book club, which is so exciting, by going, drinking. Drinking. Do we want to quickly talk about our beverages of choice?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sure.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So I've got a cup of tea, but it's not just any cup of tea. It's a Yorkshire tea toast and jam flavour tea with oat milk. So it's survived. So that's me, Mary.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Okay, I have beer, even though it doesn't look like it. But yes, some good Portuguese beer. Love it. Amazing.
Oh, wow. It's in a mug. It's so exciting.
Yeah.
I've got a Copperberg strawberry and lime.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Love that. Refreshing.
Very.
Carolyn?
Invisa juice. I had Wi-Fi problems right before this, so I didn't have a chance to grab anything, so I feel like
Delicious.
We've got a baby.
A baby?
A baby.
Well, I'm going to share some. So, yeah.
Lovely. We're celebrating with our drinks, both visible and invisible. And we're going to be taking the last year of books. We had read 12 books as a book club over the last 12 months. Yeah, that's right. And we're going to rank them all.
Yay!
So we're going to just sort of dive in and decide, did we like them? Did we not like them? Why? All that fun stuff.
Why?
Oh my gosh. Someone's got a tea and a scone. That is
that's lovely.
Yeah.
Really nice. Feel free and go and get some tea, get some beer, get some cider, whatever takes your fancy, and we'll dive into it. So I think we'll start by talking about the Readathon, seeing as that is what has gathered us all here today. My Readathon synopsis is brief because I've done terrible. So I'll kick it off by saying that I've technically completed no prompts.
No prompts.
A round of applause.
I have failed this entire thing. So I'm currently still reading the book that I was reading on Wednesday, which is All the Young Men. It's a non-fiction, and I was reading that for the politics prompt. And I also started reading a romance called The Cornish Midwife for no reason other than it sounded cute. And aside from that, I haven't done anything. Busy week at work is my excuse, but really the real reason is Grey's Anatomy. So just owning up, did terribly, but you guys, I'm sure from your Instagrams, I've been seeing the updates, you know a lot better than me, so take it away.
Oh my god. Oh wait, are we going round? I don't know.
Yeah, you go next.
Okay, so I think I'm going to be yes. I think the only prompt I'm not going to complete is geography. I am currently listening to the audiobook, which is this one. I can show it. It is called A Told History of Sugar, and it is set in Jamaica. It is very good so far. I just haven't had the time to finish it, unfortunately. So I think that's the only prompt I'm not going to complete. But other than that, shall I say what I read for all the prompts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, let's see if I can remember all of them. Okay, so let's start with the ones that I am currently reading, which are these two. I think I'm going to finish them tonight, so yes.
Emma's face.
We have this one, which is, of course, Letters to a Young Poet. I don't know, Emma, do you know it? This is, of course, one of Emma's favorite, but I'm going to be counting it for the English prompt because it is a classic. So That's what I'm reading. And this one is The Pianist, which is a nonfiction. So I am reading it for the politics prompt. And then I finished Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney for the extra credit because it is Kira's favorite. I gave it 3 stars, 3.5, I would say. I liked it more than I was hoping, so that's nice.
Good. That's good.
Yeah. And then for history, I read Cassandra, which is one of Lucy's favorites as well. Yeah, really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars, I think. Then for the creative writing, I wrote a few letters for you, let's say. And then, yeah, you should be getting them soon-ish. Yeah, and then I also wrote like my favorite quotes from each book, which is something that I always do anyway. For the music prompts, I had a reading list, but I don't know if it counts as a reading list because whenever I listen to it, I cannot focus on the book. So I don't know, but it is filled with soundtracks because it is one of my favorite things to listen to. What else? Culinary studies. I baked some scones today, actually. So that's, yeah, that's done. What else? What am I missing?
Music?
Music, I do have a playlist.
Book to movie adaptation.
Oh yeah, I watched Sailor Moon.
Yay!
Oh,
Yeah, it is my childhood. I love it. So yeah.
yes.
Okay, let me get my list out. I've written it down.
Oh my God.
Okay, so for culinary studies, I made some vegan brownies, which they were good. Yeah. For history, I read a collection of Yeats. Oh my gosh! Why did I put it so far away? I read this collection of Yeats poetry, and because he kind of
that one too.
yeah, he kind of
I read that
includes
exact book, which I think is like so ironic. Sorry.
literally. I found this for like £1 at a bookstall.
Nice.
Yeah, but he includes some Irish mythology, so I think I'm going to count this one. And for English, I'm going to count this as well. For politics, I read The Princes in the Tower, which is the non-fiction book. And for creative writing, I wrote a book review. For film, I watched like a few. So I watched Dead Poets Society, but then I realised that the film was made before the book.
That's okay.
So like,
that's okay.
okay.
It counts.
It's okay.
I finally watched it. That's the important thing because
Yeah.
Mary and Carolyn have been waiting for me,
So excited.
and I really liked it.
Yeah.
And then I also watched Shutter Island, which is apparently
I didn't know that was a book.
apparently it is. Like I watched it with my flatmate, and then I realised, like when I looked it up, it was based on the book, so
Wow.
I can count that. Yeah. And what else? Okay, geography, and for extra credit, I read The Book of Disquiet for Mary because that's one of her favourites. And I realised that there's 2 versions of the book. So I read the first one, so I'm going to count it, but I'm actually going to try and read the second version as well to see like whether there's any differences and which one I prefer. So I read that one. And for music, I made a playlist for Brenna Luthien. So yeah, that happened. Yeah. I think, is that everything? I think.
Yes. There is one question, which is, what did you think of Dead Poets Society?
Yeah, I thought the message, like the main message behind the film, which is just looking at what humanity lives for and like the passion and just everything we get from literature and art and music. I just thought that was so powerful. So I would recommend it. It's like, because it is older, it is very male-centric and white and is not as inclusive as films are today, but I think like the message behind it is so powerful. So I'd recommend it.
So happy.
Yes.
For me, let's see. I'm going to get my list out too because I'm going to forget things if I don't. Okay. Where is it? Oh my gosh. Okay, here it is. I am not done with Beloved, but I am reading that for the extra credit. And I'm listening to it on audiobook because I don't have a physical copy. And it's actually read by Toni Morrison, which I just
Oh my
love.
gosh.
Yeah, so it's
So
really
good.
nice. I think I have like an hour and a half-ish left, and I am absolutely loving it. It is just so powerful. And there was this one line that she said that has stuck with me, and it was one of the characters, I forgot who, but she was saying like, I don't fear the night because I am the color of the night, but I fear the day. And like I was just like, whoa, like that's just so powerful. And the whole book is just full of these like incredibly powerful messages. And Toni Morrison's an incredible writer, and I'm just so excited because this is my first book of hers to read more. I've got.
Oh no.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Carolyn has been having Wi-Fi issues, so
Yeah.
hopefully she jumps back in a minute.
Mhm.
Emma, do you want to start your roundup?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't have a list, but I'll just try to remember it. Okay, so I finished The Prophet. That was the first one by Gibran.
Oh,
That wasn't for actually any prompt. I just really wanted to read it, but it was 5 stars. Oh my god.
Oh,
wow.
So
amazing.
I probably got to read that, and then for English, I'm gonna finish War and Peace tonight. I think. Hopefully, I should be finished,
Exciting.
which will be crazy. And then for the nonfiction, I read Are We Smart Enough to Know How Smart Animals Are? Which was all about like animal cognition and like our own bias and kind of the divide we put between ourselves and all other animals on the planet, which was like it was good, but I think it didn't really do like that much just for me personally. But I'm still glad I read it. And then what are the other ones? Oh, she's there.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh.
My internet, my laptop, it's just all dying.
Oh,
Thank you, Sarah, for your support. I'm sorry, keep going.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you should finish. You should finish.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, you should.
Oh, people were recommending me The Bluest Eye too by Toni Morrison, blah, blah, blah. I can't take myself seriously now. Okay. And then for politics, I read No One Is Too Small to Make a Difference by Greta Thunberg. I'm totally Americanizing her name, but I'm so sorry, which was amazing. And I'm really passionate about like the climate crisis and the environment and nature and everything that she, speaks about. And she's just so eloquent. And I've been wanting to read that book for a while. And she actually narrates the audiobook too. So I listened to the audiobook. And it's basically a collection of her speeches that she has done over time, over the past few years. And they're just so, so impactful. And you can't like not want to make a change when you like listen to the passion that she has. And it's just she speaks about it in a way that's like, I don't know, different from how everyone else speaks about it, I think. I feel like she always keeps saying that, this is a crisis, but no one is acting like it's a crisis. And she was saying how, like our home is on fire, but we're not doing anything about it. And like if your home was actually on fire, you wouldn't just like sit around and wait for it to go out or let it like, continue burning. So it's just like she has so many great points about, this issue. And it was just an amazing read. And then for geography, I read The Hen Who Dreamed She Could Fly by Sun-Mi Huang, which was really sweet. It's in the style of Animal Farm and Watership Down and like The Wind in the Willows, where animals have like human attributes. And it's basically an adoption story, which I didn't expect at all. And it's basically about this hen who can't lay an egg, but like her one dream in life is to lay an egg and to be a mother. But she can't. And so she finds this egg in a nest that's an empty nest. And she like sits on the egg and becomes its mother, and it's actually a duck. And it's basically about like her adopting this duck, and even though, she's a hen and it's a duck, like it's still her son. And it's basically about like their relationship. It is the cutest thing. It's not anything that I think is like groundbreaking, but it was just really heartwarming. And really sweet. So I liked that a lot. And that was written from a Korean author. And then I haven't finished War and Peace yet because I'm cutting it off. I don't want to finish it, but I can say I finished the first epilogue, which is basically like the first epilogue is like, you know, finishing with the characters, and then the second epilogue is just about like Tolstoy's philosophical thought on like war, and he's asking all these cosmic questions. And I started reading the second epilogue, but I haven't finished, and just I sobbed my eyeballs out with the end of the first epilogue. Like, oh my God, it was just like incredible. And Tolstoy ended, and this isn't really a spoiler, but like Tolstoy ended the first epilogue with the character that I didn't expect him to. Like, he ended it in a way that I loved. But wait, why are you making a face?
I was consulting her book.
I can't remember what you're talking about. I don't think.
Sorry.
Can you say which character it was in the private chat, please?
Oh yeah, wait. Okay, just no one else look.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you finish, Emma, the first?
Yes.
Okay, we need to talk about it.
I'm gonna grab headphones too.
Okay. It's in the private chat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I was just like, I didn't know I wanted him to end it with that character until he ended it with that character. I was like, oh my God, sobbing my eyes out. Oh, it was great. It was great. So yeah, I just have to finish the second two epilogues. He is very extra, and we love him for his extraness. Yes. So I'm going to finish the second epilogue today. I'm just like not emotionally ready to be done with this book. I keep rambling. I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
The other book that I wanted to read for history was Sophocles' Antigone, but I haven't had the time. So I'm thinking if I have time today, I want to finish reading War and Peace, finish
Oh my God.
Beloved, and read Antigone by Sophocles. So that's my goal for reading. And then I wrote a book review. I wrote a few letters, and I did like other writing stuff. And then for the film studies, I watched the Emma adaptation for like the millionth time because I just am obsessed with it. And then I baked these vegan oatmeal, banana, cinnamon, chocolate chip cookies.
Oh my God.
They're so good.
Amazing.
Am I forgetting anything? Oh, I made a reading playlist that I just shared.
Oh
my
yeah.
Stories. I called it Lost in Classic Literature because it's from like, it's really nice, soothing classical music, but it's also like I did some soundtracks from different period dramas too. So
Nice.
okay, rambling.
Okay, can you guys hear me now? I put headphones in. Maybe that's a bit better.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Okay, cool. Okay, so what was I saying? I think, for extra credit, Mary
Emma.
among stories. Listen, Emmy.
Tell me.
Okay, I read the Traveling Cat Chronicles. Okay, I didn't need that like heart sucker punch throughout my week, but like it was really good. I would highly recommend. Definitely, like I felt like I kind of knew what was going on, but like if you don't know, we're like set from the perspective of a cat, and it's also very heartwarming but heartbreaking at the same time. So yeah, thank you for that one. It was really good.
Sure.
And then for culinary class, I did those vegan donuts that were just
That looks so good.
they were so good. And then for film class, I only got 15 minutes through Kiki's delivery service, but it was a good 15 minutes.
Love
so,
that.
Yeah, it's really sweet. So maybe I'll like keep watching that now. And then I think that's all I got. I think that's all I got through.
Amazing.
Yeah, but War and Peace. Carolyn, are you finishing it? You
Wait,
plan to
are
finish
you
it
completely
tonight?
done?
No, I want to finish it tonight.
Yeah, I want to finish
Yeah.
it too.
Oh my god.
I'm not ready.
I mean,
I think it's because like we've spent 2 months,
so long.
2 months
So
with
long.
these characters,
I
and
know.
they're like part of my personality now.
I
And
know.
I'm like, Like separation anxiety. Oh god.
Oh.
I feel the same way. Well, I feel the same way with like so many books that I read, but I don't know. It's different when it's Tolstoy. But
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, like, what did you think of the ending? But I'm like getting ahead of myself because, you know, should we save? We should save for the debate. I don't know.
True.
I just want to know all your
more
thoughts.
I know. I know. Oh my gosh.
Anyway, sorry.
Okay. Are we all ready?
Yes.
I guess.
Emma, I think it might have been better without headphones. I don't know if that's just me.
I think it's better with them.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Am I quieter or louder?
I think you're louder, but
Yeah,
Okay.
you're louder. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean,
Sorry.
that is my good.
Okay, so ranking. Why did I find it so hard to say that word?
Ranking.
Time to do some rankings. So we read 12 books together over the last year. We had a great time.
Crazy.
There were some good books. There were some not so good books. There were books that some of us loved, some of us didn't love. You know, there's a lot of things to talk about here. So what we're going to do is just go around and say what was in our lowest spot, so spot number 12, and just talk about it, exchange thoughts. Obviously, you guys, if you happen to have rankings, can share as you go. If not, just enjoy the ride. So I believe we've all got lists prepared. So if we're ready, we'll start with spot number 12, so the book that we liked the least. So for me, spot number 12 went to
Wait,
Violent Delight.
yes. Wait, what? I wanted to guess so bad.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, These Violent Delights was my least favorite for me. It was just like not a vibe. Like I wanted it to be more Shakespearean, and instead it was just very like urban fantasy. We all know there was the whole thing with the bugs. Yeah, there's just a lot of things I didn't enjoy about that book. So that was my least favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Mary?
Yeah, should I say mine? Do you guys want to guess what her lowest is? I feel like it might all be the same.
maybe.
Maybe Ninth House, or These Violent Delights, or okay, I don't know. It was between those two, so. But it was a hard choice, but in the end, I picked These Violent Delights as well.
Yeah.
For the least, I really didn't like it. Yeah, I have nothing good to say about it, and I did struggle to finish it. If it weren't for the book club, I probably would not have finished it. So, yeah.
Okay, are you gonna guess?
These Violent Delights.
Oh my gosh. Ooh, wait.
Ninth House. No,
it wasn't Ninth House. No. Wait.
Looking at the list.
I have no idea.
No, I'm going to say These Violent Delights. Yeah, I think it was These Violent Delights, right? Or The Furies. One of them.
These Violent Delights.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
should we go?
Yeah.
Yep. These Violent Delights.
Just to preface this, I haven't read Legendborn yet.
Oh, true.
So it's in my ranking, but These Violent Delights is below it.
Amazing.
Because and then there's Legendborn. I'll just tell you that because like I haven't read it yet, but I felt like bad because like I haven't even read Legendborn, and I don't like. I think These Violent Delights even belongs below a book I haven't read.
It's true.
Just could not.
Oh my God, Sarah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
in agreement? Yeah.
Yeah, it's these violent delights.
Yeah,
I'm
mean,
sorry.
Wow, that is an unexpected but really satisfying way to start this ranking.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
However, in the chat, I think
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Furies has
Mhm.
gotten lots
Yeah.
That's good.
of hatred, and then a few for Ninth House as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, onwards and upwards. Next up, in spot number 11.
Yeah.
I think I may ruffle some feathers here. So I
Oh,
just
no.
want to preface this one by saying
Is it the Phantom? Oh my god.
no, it's not. It's not.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I think I know
want
what it is.
to say that. Oh well, first we have to agree.
Oh, a goddess. Look at her.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's blushing.
Oh.
But yeah, so this one is just objectively, I've ranked these based on enjoyment. So I'm not necessarily saying that this is a bad text. Like, I know it's objectively very, very good, but I just didn't enjoy it. And so I've gone for Julius Caesar.
Yes, I knew it. Now that I thought about that, yeah. Oh my
Sorry, William Shakespeare. I do love you, really.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say Turn of the Screw.
God.
I thought you were going to say Phantom.
Not yet.
Yeah, it was either Phantom or Julius Caesar. Maybe Phantom is next. I don't know.
I just want to make sure that we can still be friends after this. Like, there's
Of
going to
course.
be difficult
Of
new
course.
Oh, I
moments.
don't know
yeah.
about that.
No, not at
I don't
all.
know about that.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Mary.
Okay, my next one. I mean, based on what I said previously, it is
Oh,
Ninth
right.
House.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't even have words. I guess it was trying to be mysterious and scary, and it just made me laugh the whole way through. So I don't know. It didn't work
Yeah.
for me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm struggling. Oh my god. See, I'm having a dilemma because I feel like even though some of the books weren't objectively good, they were kind of still enjoyable.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What am I going to say?
We don't know.
I don't know what I'm going to say.
Oh no.
Okay, I'll say the Furies. I think I'm struggling with this list so much, honestly. Like, but I'll say that. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Okay. We already know Carolyn's.
Yes, which I feel like is kind of unfair because I didn't read it. So that's kind of like, don't base it off of my ranking.
Okay, I'm also gonna go with Ninth House. That was just
Yeah.
no. I don't know.
No.
No. It was also very long, which is a sin.
I
so,
agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
She says while reading War and Peace.
Oh my god.
It doesn't count if it's Tolstoy. Is that what we're saying?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, so moving on to 10, number 10. It is The Phantom of the
I
Opera.
knew it. Oh my god.
And I do apologise, but it was just not a particularly enjoyable read for me personally. But I respect it for you guys, you know?
Oh, that's sweet.
Lovely. Oh my god. Okay, so my number 10 is The Furies. Like those three, the three bottom ones were the ones that I really did not like. So I cannot even tell you what happened. I completely forgot about that book, but I just know I didn't like it. So,
True.
yeah.
I think. Okay, someone guess. Someone guess what I'm gonna say.
Oh god. Oh my god. Okay.
Have you said Night House yet? No, I think you
No.
liked Night House. I'm
I think-
sorry. I keep
yeah.
saying Night House, but I think you liked it.
Yeah, Lucy kind of liked Ninth House, I think. Wait. Oh my god.
Okay, I'm gonna say Ninth House. I'm gonna say.
Oh, I'm
Ninth.
going to say If We Were Villains.
Yeah.
Oh no, you hate If We Were Villains.
Either if
Oh my
you
god, I forgot that.
Right? Am I right?
Yeah, we're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if we were villains. I was struggling because like Ninth House is not good, but it was still kind of enjoyable. But with If We Were Villains, like I just didn't like it. So
Yeah,
I just found, yeah.
fair.
This
So,
is
yeah.
fact.
My, what is it, 10th
Mhm.
spot?
Yeah.
Is The Furies. Again,
Yeah.
like same, I don't remember anything about it. I remember questioning why so many aspects of it were there. I'm like,
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Also, Tennis Furies, like, it just also put me in such a bad mood throughout like the whole week or even the month when we were reading it. Like, I just felt like it just tried to do things, but it didn't actually do anything.
Mhm.
And that's not good. So I'm for those reasons I'm out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good point. Really good point. Okay, so I feel like this is the part people are enjoying. The
Oh my god.
Love it.
I mean,
Okay, so we're on to spot number 9.
Mm-hmm.
And my one, this slot is going to be The Furies for the reasons mentioned by everyone else. It's just like it was not. I need to stop saying it's not a vibe, but it wasn't a vibe. So,
It wasn't a vibe. No vibes were had.
no. Okay. This is where it started getting difficult for me to rank everything. Like this middle section was a struggle because right now we are in the realm of the books that I somehow enjoyed. So it was hard. And I think this one is a little unexpected. So number 9 is Legendborn.
Mary, we're the same person. I don't know.
Why?
I already list the actual thing.
I mean, right? Because it's not that it was bad. I just was expecting so much more from it, and the world building and the magic system. It got so confusing. I feel like it was trying to do so many things at once, and it just did not work. I liked a few aspects of it, but yeah, it just was a little underwhelming for me, I guess. So
yeah.
Shakespeare's quaking. He is indeed.
He's definitely watching this live show.
Oh yeah. I think next I'm gonna say Ninth House because it was fun, but like the way they included certain themes, like it could have been more implicit rather than explicit. Like I felt like it was very like in your face.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I picked Ninth House too. I just did not love it. I also felt like some aspects of it kind of didn't make any sense, and it was like a school setting, but she didn't go to school, and like I don't know. Sorry. Yeah.
Number 9 is also Legendborn. I just feel like I didn't hate it. I still gave it 3 stars, but I just think like I'm just a little bit over at least most young adult fantasy at the moment, I think. And like, yeah, I just agree with everything Mary said as well. And I think on top of that, there are just so many more in this list that like have to go above it for me. So yes. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Next, spot number 8 is I expected more of this book, which was weird because I've read it before, but I think the way I remembered it, plus having watched like a TV adaptation of it, I think in my mind it was going to be a lot spookier and just like dark, when actually it was just more about like the hysterical woman, and I felt like it would be the type of thing that would be good to write essays about, but in terms of reading for like a good time, not so much.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah.
Sorry, it was The Turn of the Screw by Henry James.
Good old Henry.
Yeah. Okay, I'm having second thoughts right now. Okay. Oh my god.
It's so difficult.
Yes, I mean, okay, so spot 8 up until like I would say 6 are very close for me. So it's like it's hard. But number 8 I put If We Were Villains. I liked the themes and the ideas more than the execution. That was a problem. And I do wish we got to know a bit more about the characters, but I really like the setting and the whole Shakespearean vibe and everything, of course. So I really enjoyed it for the most part. It's just a few aspects that were a little underwhelming for me, but I still liked it. So, yeah.
Just wanted to clarify. Yeah, if this was about 10 of the script, I'd read it for university, then I'd watched a movie adaptation, not the new TV adaptation, and then read it again, but somehow in between I'd kind of forgotten about the book. So that was where the disappointment came from.
Yeah.
I don't know what to put.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so indecisive.
Listen, same.
Oh my gosh.
That is a real existential crisis happening.
I'm
around
literally
this table.
in front of your eyes right now. Oh, I don't know. Oh god, I'm so sorry. Literally, like,
It's fine.
I feel like these next three, they could be like in the same spot. Like,
Yeah.
it's because I didn't exactly enjoy them, but looking at the content and like what they're trying to do, like, I appreciate what they're doing.
Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna say
What's going on?
A Christmas Carol. I'm sorry.
You say no, cry. Live on YouTube.
Please.
Like, I appreciate the themes, but like, they're just. I feel like it's kind of.
I feel
like everyone's hating me right now. Oh my god. I'm gonna get kicked out of this. I feel like it's like two-dimensional. Like, yeah, I know it's like a short story, but I don't know.
You
I
don't know. I don't know.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
Let me just take
It's
this
okay.
knife out of my heart really quick.
Right? Oh my god. Oh my god. I was not expecting that. Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Drama.
Oh
Drama.
god.
Sorry,
Shame. Oh my god.
Oh my
For
god.
this one, this one is a vibe.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I
Oh
love
boy.
that. Oh my god. Alright.
I need a drink.
Fair enough. Like, yeah, I need a drink too. I mean,
Lucy is a
Oh.
This is like Christmas, really. Like, one family member said a controversial opinion, and now everyone else is like, no, I can't do
No,
it. I'm leaving.
get out.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
wow.
Read the chimes. The chimes is better.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a
That is
bold
something that
statement. Sorry, it was A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens.
the biggest betrayal of the show.
I feel
Brutus
better. It's
who?
got a stronger reaction than the Phantom of the Opera. I feel like
Yeah, because
any
from you, I was expecting. I knew you hadn't liked the Phantom, but Lucy, I mean, I knew you weren't the biggest fan of A Christmas Carol, but
Lucy, we weren't expecting this from you.
No.
What can I say?
oh my god.
Okay.
Okay, moving on.
Mine-
Yeah, that happened.
Wait, I lost count. What is this?
We are on 8.
Okay, 12, 11, 10, 9. Turn of the screw for me. I have the same feelings as Kira. Like, I really enjoyed it, but it wasn't anything that like stuck out to me as like super special or super like, I don't know. I thought it was going to be spookier than it was, and yeah, basically what Kira said.
Emma's face is just pure shock. And mine is pure delight because I feel like someone's on my lap.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, that's okay. Okay, number 8 is if we were villains.
Are we actually the same person, Em?
We are,
Hang on.
actually. My name is Mary.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. I thought this was fine, but like, I don't think I'd ever read it again in my life. And it was just like the theater Shakespeare group of kids who just go around like always quoting Shakespeare was honestly like a little bit much, I think. And I wanted more Shakespeare, but less in the way that we got more Shakespeare.
Yeah, exactly.
If that makes sense. Okay.
Okay. Number 7, for me is Ninth House.
What?
I did like enjoy the reading experience. Like it was like fun and it wasn't like a difficult read, whereas some of the ones I've put lower were like ones I had to really push myself to finish and like probably wouldn't have read if I wasn't part of the group. Ninth House I would have probably read anyway, and definitely think there's a lot of flaws in it. A lot of it doesn't make sense. It's a lot of just like drama and action thrown in to make you interested, but equally in terms of just like read that was okay, it was okay.
Okay, number 7. Okay, I think Mexican Gothic. Again, for a bit of the same reasons, I loved the setting, and there were some scenes there that really, I was a little shocked by them. So they worked. I liked the concept, but there were a few plot lines that just weren't coherent to me, and a few characters that were presented to us and then never showed up again for some reason. So it was just a little, right? A little messy sometimes, but overall I liked it. Again, all of these, like spot number 8 to number 6 or 5, I would say, are very similar to me. So
I feel like I can't say anything.
Scared.
Okay, because I'm literally like, I don't know. Literally, like I said, these 3 are all on like the same level. I'm gonna say, oh god, I don't even know. Okay, I'll say Legendborn because I feel like the discussion and what it did for like young adult, I thought was so vital, and I think the way that the author included like the really big social impacts of racism, but then also the everyday racism, I thought like the way that that was included was just so important and powerful. So even though it wasn't like my favorite book reading and like I didn't exactly like enjoy it, I think just the main kind of imperative behind it was really important. So
yeah,
I'll put that there.
Yeah.
For me, mine is also Mexican Gothic. I agree with Mary. I think that it was a really atmospheric book that I genuinely enjoyed the reading experience, and I liked what it did. I liked the concept, but I did feel like some aspects of the book were a bit lacking. Like some of the characters felt a little not fleshed out completely. The dialogue felt a little silly at times, and
So rude.
Oh my god.
So yeah, Mexican Gothic for me.
Yeah.
Okay, Mary, this is getting a little weird.
Oh my god. Are you serious?
It's also Mexican Gothic.
Love it.
Yeah, I feel like Mexican Gothic had like 5-star concepts and ideas. And if like the writing had really carried that through and like the execution, I think I would have given it 5 stars. But like I just felt the writing was so underdeveloped and a little bit immature at times and just a little awkward. And yeah, I think someone said like clunky and jerky as well as the plot.
Yeah.
But I think I still gave it 4 stars because it was, I can't. Oh my god, it's hitting me. Okay. It was still good. It was still good. It was good, but not as good as it could have been. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That's it.
Number 6, halfway through. Don't know why I said it like that. I do apologize. So for me, number 6 is Legendborn. I found Legendborn similar to Ninth House. Obviously, like they're both set around a college campus. There's secret societies, all of that kind of stuff, and I enjoyed Legendborn a lot more than Ninth House, and obviously I know there was definitely some issues with like the magic system and stuff making sense, but the whole reading experience was more enjoyable. And like Lucy said, I think it did a good job of like tackling some like really important issues, including racism and things like that, as well as grief. And I just thought it like brought a lot of things into the mix that maybe you wouldn't have expected from a YA fantasy. Although I will say I don't read a lot of YA fantasy, and I don't like, it's not a genre that I really turn to, so it probably isn't a book that I'd read again, but I did enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, Emma, this is where we start to disagree.
Okay.
If you like.
Okay.
But these are the good ones. I enjoyed all of these. But my number 6 is The Turn of the Screw. Because I agree with Kira in that the show is better, in my opinion, and it gives it an extra layer, I feel like. So The Turn of the Screw, for me, I loved it, but at the same time, it feels like this very big introduction of an amazing story that we never get in the book. And then the show gives that to us. So that's my reasoning, if that makes sense. It's a little confusing, but...
Yes, no.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay, next I'm going to say We've Always Lived in a Castle. I was really struggling. I was like, it was this, A Christmas Carol, and Legendborn that I was really struggling to order. I didn't enjoy reading We've Always Lived in the Castle, but I think what it was doing was so creative, and I liked the kind of conflict between masculinity and like that kind of power structure and femininity. And I feel like if I did read it again, I would enjoy it more, just kind of knowing what was there beneath the surface. But yeah, I think with those 3 books, I didn't enjoy them, like the 3 previous books I've been talking about. I didn't exactly enjoy them, but like the matter and the themes are what I'm trying to rank here. So
yeah,
I hope that makes sense, but yeah.
For me, mine is If We Were Villains. This one I didn't love, but I didn't not like it. So I felt like it was like a really good middle ground book for me, because I genuinely enjoyed the process of reading it, but it wasn't something that I felt like was, the greatest book, or, was very different from a lot of other books that I've read. I felt like the mystery was intriguing and it kept me reading, but it wasn't something that I was like, oh, this is brilliant, So it kind of felt like something that I've read or seen before, but something that still excited me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh,
Guys,
Yeah, okay, hon.
are we on 6? We're on 6.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Mary, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh.
my
I
God.
don't know how high this one is up for you, but I'm gonna say Silence of the Girls.
okay.
This was our first book club book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like everything else we read was a little bit better for me. And like I do remember this one a lot, but I just think like it wasn't what I was expecting. Like I still remember it not being exactly what I was looking for. I think it's also because it's a topic that's been done so many different times. Like I still love this one. I think it was so good, but I did like a lot of the ones better. So yes, that is that.
That is that.
That is that. Thank you.
I don't know why I tried to repeat it in a British accent when I have one, but like, here we are. Number 5. So this is top 5 now. I'm so excited.
Yes. Oh my God.
From here on out, it's like we liked these books,
Yeah.
So, my number 5 is The Silence of the Girls. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. It was the second and only, basically, I've only read 2 Greek mythology retelling books. This was the second one, so I'm not hugely experienced in this genre. But I really did enjoy it. I thought it was interesting. The only disappointing thing, as we discussed in the live show, was the fact that it ended up being much more about what's his face and the other guy rather than the girls.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, that's true.
What are their names? Achilles?
Achilles and Patroclus.
Yeah, thank you. I should have thought about that before, but those guys, and their story was really interesting, but it was just that like the title was slightly misleading. Nonetheless, very enjoyable. I just think of my top 5, this would be the one that I'd be least likely to go back and reread.
Yeah. So my number 5 is also The Silence of the Girls. Yes.
Whoa.
Wow. For the exact same reasons that you just said. So I agree with everything. I did like it a lot, but precisely because it was maybe a bit misleading sometimes. But yeah, I really liked it. So there you go.
Oh my gosh.
I think my next one is going to be Mexican Gothic. And I agree with Emma, like the concept and like what the book was doing was so cool, but the actual execution and like everyone says the dialogue, I agree, it felt very artificial and staged. So yeah, I'll probably put that book here.
For me, I think this feels a little like I feel a little bad doing this, but there's a reason. So my next one is Julius Caesar, because I love Shakespeare, but this one, like I loved it, but I didn't love it as much as the other books. I kind of felt like if this was Hamlet or A Midsummer Night's Dream or Othello or something, it would definitely be higher on the list. But I feel like out of all the Shakespeares I've read, this one is like a little lower on the scale as opposed to the others. So I didn't really know where to place this one. So this one is here, but I feel bad putting it here. I love Shakespeare. I feel like bad putting him at the, what is this, number 5 slot. But
You did a lot better than me. Mine was
yeah.
if Shakespeare's watching, you've come out a lot better than me.
Okay, I'm also gonna put Julius Caesar at number 5, but like it's one of my favorite Shakespeare's. Oh my god, you guys, your faces. This is going well. Okay. Okay, yes, exactly what Carolyn said. But I actually like this a lot better than like A Midsummer Night's Dream and stuff like that. I just think like if this is my number 5 and I gave this like almost 5 stars, I think like everything above this, like I actually super love, and most of them made it onto like my favorite books of all time. So yeah, but like I feel like Julius Caesar has to go number 5. But it was still it was so good. I loved it. So good.
Amazing. Okay, so next up is number 4. Now, the reason that this book is at number 4 space instead of in my top 3 is because I'm kind of thinking I would reread all of these, but this particular book I would only reread once a year at a specific time, whereas the other ones I could pick up at any time of year. So on seasonality alone, I've put A Christmas Carol in 4th space, but it is incredible. Absolutely love it. Probably my favorite Dickens. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like when we talked about it last, I think I said I like Great Expectations more, but I do just think this is so iconic and also so quick and easy to read. Gives you a really nice time. It feels cozy. It feels festive.
Yeah.
Got that like Dickensian morality in there. Just think it's a good time, but it's Christmassy, so that's why it's not in top 3.
I get that.
Okay, number 4, right? Okay, so mine is Julius Caesar, actually. I liked it way more than I was expecting to. I don't know why. And I don't know if that was because I also listened to the audiobook at the same time. So it was a whole amazing experience. Yes. I agree with what Emma said, basically. So there were a few books that I enjoyed more than that one, but it's still one that I would love to reread eventually and just analyze it more as well. So, yeah.
I struggle with this one as well because
it is hard. Oh my god.
It's so hard. Okay. I'm gonna say Phantom because I enjoyed this, I think, more than the one I'm gonna say next. But I think the one I'm gonna say next, the themes in it. Like, although it wasn't as powerful as it could have been, I think the discussions in it were really striking. I think with Phantom, like, it has such powerful messages, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I'm gonna say. I don't know. I'm just gonna put Phantom here.
And that's
But
fine. Yeah.
yeah, I really like Phantom.
Mhm.
Okay, my number 4 slot is We Have Always Lived in a Castle. I really, really loved it, and I was having a hard time placing this one either 3rd or 4th.
Yeah.
But I think my 3rd spot, I just remember like my reaction to it a bit more than my reaction to We Have Always Lived in the Castle. So I think it's a great book, and it's I think I gave it 4 stars. I can't remember, but I really loved it. I thought the concept was great, the discussions that they had, the atmosphere. It's like the perfect book for fall, and it's very dark academia. Even though there isn't an academic setting, I still felt like it was like just this great story. So I really loved it, but it is number 4.
Yeah. No, I was not. I was not. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Lucy, I'm so sorry if that was directed at you or something. Okay, number 4. I'm gonna say A Christmas Carol. Yeah, I got to read this the first time with this book club, which was cool. I'd never read it before. And it was also only was this our second Dickens? Yes.
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 You read Great Expectations.
Yes.
First. Yeah.
I was really, I remember my dad used to try to get us to like watch, he like forced us to try to watch the old black and white, I don't know what year it was, movie, and I hated it. So I always had this like super kind of boring, bad idea of A Christmas Carol, but the book, like, it just really blew me away and I really liked it. Yeah, it was so good. I can't wait to read it again. So, oh, and Carolyn, we will be. So
We will be reading
look at that.
True.
Look at that. You in December.
Okay. Number 3.
Oh my god.
I can't
Top
believe
3. Wow.
Top 3. How excited. Anyone obviously watching, if you want to give us your top 3, that would be fun also.
Yeah.
But for me, number 3 is Mexican Gothic.
Ooh. Whoa.
I just thought it was like fun, it was atmospheric, it was dark, kept me interested, it was easy to read, like it wasn't a struggle. I wanted to know what happened. You know, critically there was probably like a few things that weren't like perfect, but in terms of just pure enjoyment, I found it to be a fun, like, autumnal read.
Yeah. Well, number 3 is We Have Always Lived in the Castle. I love how creepy but also quirky it is, and the characters just kept me engaged the whole time. So I really love that book, and I am planning to reread it maybe this Halloween as well. So yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna say The Silence of the Girls. I was struggling between this and Phantom because I think I enjoyed Phantom more because when I read The Silence of the Girls, I was really disappointed that like the girls weren't the main focus. I felt like the further the book progressed, it was more focused on Achilles and Patroclus, which I didn't really like, but looking back on it, it's still really like had such a like blunt look at what these women dealt with and like the experience of war for women. So even though I have a lot of issues with it, I still think that it was really powerful. So that's why I put it here.
Yeah.
Amazing.
My number 3 slot is also The Silence of the Girls. I really loved this book. I agree with Lucy. I feel like I was hoping for it to be more female-centric, like having the girls' stories and getting their side of this very male-centric mythology story. But I love Achilles and Patroclus's relationship with one another. And so like I really didn't mind because I was like, you know what, it's okay because I love them so much. So I think it's also because of my love of the Song of Achilles. I was like, ooh, more. So
It's me. Yes. My number 3 is We Have Always Lived in the Castle as well. So good, just so good. I feel like all I remember from the book is like arsenic and mushrooms and jam and preserves and cats, and like it was just so good. It was just like the perfect little ingredient of like all the spooky things. Yes.
Awesome. Why did I say awesome? I'm sorry. That was
Awesome.
awesome. Okay, let's look at some people's top 3s before we move on.
Yeah.
So we've obviously Castle, Legendborn, and A Christmas Carol. No top 3, but a top number 1. Fab. Gina says we've all lived in Castle, Julius Caesar, A Christmas Carol. Interesting. We've just got a 3rd spot, Legendborn. Quiver says Great Expectations, which was about I love the enthusiasm, so great. Okay, fantastic.
Amazing. Oh my
Sarah,
God.
I love you.
Yeah.
Good choices.
Julius Southampton, yeah. We have a 2nd spot now. We've also in the Castle from Camilla. I'm keeping interested to see what number 1 is because okay, so, great. Let's move on. Number 2. I know what it is, but I just want to look at my list just to be sure. Okay. Number 2 for me is If We Were Villains.
Wow. Dun, dun, dun. Wow.
I just thought it was, in fact, a vibe, and it was atmospheric. It was
Conclusion.
Shakespearean. You know, there was murder. Was it believable? No. Was the use of Shakespeare as general dialogue overused? Yes. But did I enjoy it? Also, yes. So there we go.
Amazing.
Amazing. Awesome.
Awesome. Delightful. Wonderful. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is hard. So my number 2 is The Phantom. I love The Phantom of the Opera. So I know, like, it's amazing. I love it with my entire soul. It could have easily been number 1 for sure. I don't even know what to say. I love the book. I love the musical with my entire heart. I adore it. Just all the themes about everything, really. Music, especially, but then also loneliness and this very, it's so good. Okay, sorry. Struggling with life and like being so ripped apart by everyone and then turning into this creature that no one knows exactly what they are, and so they keep doing bad things, and then it's like a whole mystery. Is this a human? Is it a ghost? Is it an idea? It's amazing. I love it so much. So that's The Phantom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that.
Yeah.
My 2nd is going to be Julius Caesar.
Ooh.
Because I think, I mean, with Shakespeare, I feel like with all his plays, you can just take each line and really dissect it. And I just loved the discussions of power and like what power was, whether that was through words, through actions, through force. I just thought it was such an intriguing discussion about that theme, and I really enjoyed it. So, yeah.
My number 2 slot is Phantom of the Opera as well. For the same reasons that Mary said. I love the Broadway show. I love the music. I love the book. It's just such an incredible story, and I just love it. I mean, the same thing that Mary said. It's like it has so much emotion, and the way that it's executed is overdramatic, but you love how overdramatic it is. Like, I remember thinking that that Raoul was just such a diva, but like I loved that he was a diva, and I thought it was just so fun and enjoyable, and I just loved it. So.
Okay, this one's really hard between 1 and 2 and 1. I think number 2 has to be The Turn of the Screw. I loved it so much. It was so good. I didn't really know what to expect, but I think it just like, there's just like so much there. Like that's probably one of the shortest books we read, but I felt like you could like spend like your whole life in that book almost, and like just going through every single page, like every single sentence even. And I think with that one, it had been such a long time since I had felt like really, not necessarily like really challenged with a book and like having to like work with it a lot, but I felt like I really wanted to, and I wanted to put like so much like work into it, and I wanted to write about it, and I wanted to like find out as much as I could. And I think it just like really, it was just a good fun time for my brain, and we had a lot of fun with it, and it was good. And like I thought it was so spooky, and the end,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, I don't know why it actually did. I remember I had nightmares about it when I read it with you guys, which like I wasn't expecting, because like
Oh
it
my
really
God.
like when you're reading it, it's really not that scary. But I think just like the ideas and like the questions that it asks of like reality and your own psychology and your own background and like your perception and your perception of other people's perception. Oof. Anyway, that one went on my shelf. A favorite of all time for sure. So yeah. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Henry
Lovely.
James.
Henry
James.
Sorry, Henry.
Oh my
Love
gosh.
the enthusiasm, you know.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't like that book,
Mhm.
hearing you talk about it, I'm like, wow, what a great book.
What an amazing book.
Oh, I love that.
Okay, are we ready? I mean, there's no surprise here because we've done all of the rest
Yeah.
of the drum roll for no apparent reason. My number one, which it had to be, so it was a reread for me. I knew it was a favorite book anyway, but then read it with you guys. I was like, yes, this is amazing. And we also read it in the same month as The Phantom of the Opera, which I didn't like, which made it by contrast seem like even better. And
You just killed Emma.
Oh my, yeah.
I'm sorry.
We choked. Okay.
Oh my god.
We Have Always Lived in the Castle.
Woohoo!
I just love it, you know. It is, like Mary said, it's quirky, it's creepy. I love the bit where there's like the repeating song. Mary Cat said, Constance, would you like a cup of tea? And me and Jay just say that to each other randomly. And
That was incredible.
but, yeah, I just love it. I will reread that, I think, every year, forever and ever. Just fun. Thank you, Shirley Jackson.
Thank you. Thank you, Shirley.
Yeah.
Before Mary says her number one, I think we have the same number one.
Of course we do, Caroline. I mean, come on. Okay, to be fair, like both of them were rereads for me, both The Phantom and A Christmas Carol. So I love both of them so much, but there is something about A Christmas Carol that just always gets me. I agree with Lucy, actually. It is a little two-dimensional and preachy. It has a very obvious message. You know what it is trying to do, but it does it so well. And I always reread it every year. I read the book, I watch the movies. I always love it. I always cry. It has to be my favorite. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay, my favorite is The Turn of the Screw.
Wow. Oh my god.
This is one of my favorites, like Emma, one of my favorite books. I just love how, I'm just going to repeat what Emma said, just like the way that perception and the way that this protagonist, she bases all of her evidence on like nothing. She'll say, oh, I was certain that I saw a shadow, or like she'll just, the way that Henry James uses one word to just change everything about what is actually happening. And I think it's just incredible the way that perception, it just completely undermines empirical evidence and like this idea that there's an objective reality. Like it just proves that everything is so subjective, and it's just so incredible. And like Emma said, you could spend your whole life reading it because every single word makes a difference about what you're reading. And it's incredible. The ending. Wow. Wow. Yes.
So yes, my number one is also Christmas Carol. Charles Dickens. I just love it so much. Like, it is one of those books that I kind of feel like if I was having a bad day, or like even if it wasn't Christmas, I would still read that book. Like, it's so cozy and it's so comforting, and I feel like his humor is like top notch in A Christmas Carol. Like, one of on the first page, she's like,
Yes.
That's a doornail. What do you mean that is a doornail? How is a doornail dead? And I just like those little like tangents that he goes on, and like he's just so funny and brings you so much joy and happiness. And I feel like I definitely also agree with Lucy where it can be two-dimensional, but at the same time, I sort of think that he thrives with 2 dimensions because he's so great at presenting this caricature and then kind of giving it more life, and it's just so brilliant. And I love like the way that he writes is so Dickens. I feel like no one else writes like him, and I, like you guys are saying about Turning the Screw, I feel like I could spend my entire life just reading A Christmas Carol because I feel like there's something to discover in each ghost, and they all represent different things, and I just love it.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Tolstoy who?
Well, we didn't read it
Watch out.
for the book club. So if we read a Tolstoy for book club, I will be
Oh my god. Okay, well, yep, y'all know.
Yes.
Y'all know what it is.
Who knows?
I don't know. I don't know if it's like objectively the best. Like I would say Turn of the Screw and Phantom are up there, but like for my like the fave is definitely gotta be Phantom. That's okay. Yeah, it's just every single aspect of that book is so just I don't need to like say more because I feel like I talk about it too much already, but it was just so fun reading it again with you guys too. So thank you for one whole year and being so
Oh my gosh.
I love you guys, and it's been so
I love
fun.
you.
Love you too. All of you. Sweetheart.
This has been so much fun. The year in general, but this ranking session just in and of itself, I had a great time. I was like, I wonder how much we're going to have to say. Turns out quite a bit.
We always do have a lot to say.
True. Yeah.
This is true. But here's to another year.
Cheers.
Cheers. But no, it has been wonderful. Thanks to you guys and to everyone watching, reading, joining in with the live shows, chatting on Discord, all of that stuff, it's just incredible. So thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Couple of questions. Will we continue for another year?
No, that's it.
Sorry.
Yeah, we meant to announce this is the end. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Never. And then what's the June book and also July book? So we have decided, obviously, we absolutely want to continue this book club because it's great. But there were a few months where people were finding that it was a bit difficult to fit everything in, or we want to tackle some bigger books, but it's just hard to fit that in 1 month. So we've decided that at least for the time being, we're going to do 1 book for every 2 months and just see how that goes. So the June and July book, which I feel like I've done this every live show for the past it's The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. We're reading this one in June and July, and then the live show will be back here on my channel at the end of July, and whoever has the live show on their channel will be picking the book, so you'll get a bit more of an insight into each of our personal tastes as well. So that's that.
So excited.
Yes.
I'm really excited to read The Goldfinch, and because I've only read The Secret History, so I'm excited to see compare them. But also I'm excited, like you said, because I feel like this will give us a chance to sort of see what the other person picks and get a taste of each of our favorite genre or maybe something that we're interested in.
Mhm.
I'm really excited for what is to come. Yay!
Definitely.
Yes, me
It's gonna be
too.
fun. Okay, well, with that then, thank you so much for joining us to celebrate 1 year. And we'll see you in a couple of months to talk about the goldfinch. So,
Yes.
bye!
Bye.
Bye.